Now, if you don't have a spot, or if you find it really uncomfortable to even lie down onto your back completely, you can also go, if you have like a recliner, you can go part way. So you can be in a reclined position, but not fully lying down. And that might be a good alternative if you're not able to lie completely flat on your back, because that can be a little bit uncomfortable for some people. If you have some pillows, if you have some bolsters, maybe a blanket, you can have that close by as well, just so that you have some options to work with, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Just find your spot, either on the floor, on the bed, or on your couch. You can always prop your head up underneath a pillow. You can place a pillow underneath your knees for support, but again, the most important part is just to feel comfortable, because the idea is to relax throughout this class. So we're not trying to work super hard, but we want the goal of just winding down and relaxing here. So find yourself a comfortable position. Lie down on your back. You can straighten out your legs, placing pillows beneath your knees if that feels good for you to do. Make a couple adjustments just to settle in here, whatever surface you're on. And we'll start by just taking some deep diaphragmatic breaths. So that means you're going to breathe from your belly. So if you'd like, you can take one hand and just rest it on top of your abdomen. And all you're going to do is just breathe in, kind of expand the belly, and out, relax. Breathe in, expand, breathe out, relax. And as you're inhaling and exhaling, you should be feeling your hands rise and fall, the hand that's resting on your abdomen. You can breathe in through your nose or your mouth, whatever feels more accessible to you. And we just want to send that breath deep into the abdomen, so that you're not just using your neck and your shoulder muscles. Right, our breathing is typically an autonomic function. Right now we're going to take over a little bit and be more intentional with the way that we're breathing. And this allows us to train better breathing habits, so that when your autonomic system takes over, you're more likely to breathe with better mechanics. Again, breathing deep into the belly, feeling your hand rise with the inhale and fall with the exhale. Let's do 2 more deep, intentional breaths. But again, we want to continue to breathe well through the whole class if possible. And we'll be focusing on some other things. 1 more big breath in and out. Very good. You can rest your hands by your side, or you can place them on your abdomen, whatever, just place them wherever they feel comfortable. And we're going to start with some really small ankle circles. So totally up to you. You can have them both rotating in the same direction. You can have both rotating in opposite directions. It doesn't really matter, because we're going to do both directions on each ankle. So just small rotations here. Let's slow the pace down a little bit. Let's move a little bit slower, move more smoothly, which is not always easy to do. And let's take a nice deep breath. You're sinking into your bed, your sofa,
or the floor with each exhale. Good. And now let's rotate the feet in the other direction. All right, so just rolling the ankles, nice small ankle circles. And maybe you might notice that your whole body kind of moves with this, that your body is shifting up and down on your bed with just the movement of your ankles. It might be a little bit subtle. Again, nice breath in and out, relaxing a little bit further with each exhale. Just ankle circles. And good. Okay, choose a leg. What you're going to do is you're going to bend that knee, placing the foot on your bed, on the floor, wherever it feels comfortable. And then you're going to straighten out again. Okay, and then let's switch to the other side. We're going to bend the knee, place it down on your surface, settle in and rest, and then straighten out. Now, depending on your surface, you may be able to glide your heel and then just plant your foot down. And then to extend your leg, you may be able to lift up your toes and then glide your heel to an extended position. I'm on a yoga mat, so it's a little bit sticky, so I have to kind of pick my foot up, but I'm going to gently place the foot down. So we just want to move cautiously and carefully. And straighten out. Okay, but if you can, see if you can glide your foot. One more time. Bend the knee. And straighten out. And then now we'll bend both knees, planting each foot on the ground. You can have your feet about hip width apart, your knees about hip width apart as well. And now what you're going to do is you're going to gently press the soles of your feet down into the floor. You should feel your quads and hamstrings engage, and then you'll relax. So you're going to do a 3-second press, pushing the soles of your feet into the ground. Not very hard, just enough to engage the muscles of the legs, and relax. You may feel your hips shift a bit. You may feel the hips want to lift up off of the ground. You don't have to go that so far as to lift your hips up completely. And relax. And we're breathing here. We can push the feet down into the floor. Gentle press. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Again. Press the soles of the feet into the bed or the floor. 3, 2, 1. And again, relax. Nice deep breaths. Again, push down. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Let's do that 3 more times. Push down. 3, 2, 1. Full relaxation. Twice more. 3, 2, 1. Relax. And one more. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to lift the small of your back, your low back, up off of the bed or the floor. So you're creating a little arch in your low back. Your hips will stay on, like connected to your surface. And then you'll do the opposite. You're going to pull your belly button towards the floor. So you're going to press your low back into the ground. You're going to feel your pelvis rock a little bit here. And we'll go back to that starting movement where you're lifting your low back off of the ground. So you should try to create a little bit of a bridge underneath your back. Some people may not be able to completely do this. And if you're on your bed, you might be just sinking right into your bed. So you might not feel that space. And then push your low back into your bed or your floor. And you should feel some abdominal engagement here. Good. That's what we're looking for, a little bit of abdominal engagement. Again, now we're lengthening the abdomen by creating a little bridge under the back, pushing the belly button towards the ceiling, and then pushing the belly button down towards the floor. And you should feel that lower spine press into the floor. Hold it for a few seconds just to maintain that core engagement. And try your best not to hold your breath. Arch your back, lifting the belly button to the sky. Take a nice breath here. And then lower down, push your low back down into the ground. And again, try not to hold your breath, just a nice deep breaths. Hard to do when you're contracting your abdomen. That's a skill that you want to learn. Good. Arch the back one more time, and then press the low back into the ground. Good. And then what you'll do is just bring your spine back to neutral. So just rest here. You're not lifting your low back up high, nor are you pressing down. From here, we're going to march on the spot. So here you're lifting your knee up, bringing your leg up off of the floor, and then slowly bringing it down, and switch. Lift, and slowly lower. Take your time lowering your leg, because this is where your abdominal muscles have to work to stabilize as you lower down, right? To help control the descent of your leg. So you're going to lift up, and then as you lower down, go nice and slow, and try not to change anything about your spine. You should feel some gentle forces being applied to your abdomen, challenging your core. Nice and slow on the descent. You almost want to place your foot down so quietly that even you don't know that it's happening. Here, lift and lower down slowly. Really, really soft, easy transition before switching to the other side. One more time on each side. Lift and lower. One more time, lift and lower. Very good. And then once your feet are connected to the ground, we can bring the soles of the feet together and bring your thighs together so they're connected. Okay, so your feet and your knees are closer, hands out to the side. If you're on your couch, it's okay if they're like right up to your sides here, but if you have a little bit of space, just bring them out like this. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to drop both knees in one direction. You don't have to go very far. It might just be going a couple of inches. And then slowly bring both knees back to center. And now we'll drop both knees to the other side. Again, just a couple of inches. And I want you to move very, very slow for this one. Move with control. So this nice, gentle twisting motion is really good for the abdomen, all of the organs that live inside of the abdomen, because what you're doing is just giving it a gentle little massage. And as you gently rock your spine and you're twisting your abdomen from side to side, all of your internal organs get a little bit of movement, and that's going to help encourage blood flow to your organs. With blood flow comes oxygenation, comes nutrient delivery. It also removes old waste products, and that's essential for keeping your tissues healthy. Right? The opposite of a tissue that doesn't get this level of blood flow and nourishment is necrotic tissue, dead tissue. We never really want that for our bodies. So just introducing good blood flow to any area is going to be helpful for healing. If you're injured, it helps to promote healing because it's going to reduce inflammation and, like I said, introduce all of the nutrients required for that tissue to remain healthy. So as you're moving around here, You're visualizing just that gentle movement in your abdomen. And you have all your digestive organs that live here too. So as you're moving these organs, they're not only getting nourished, but it's also going to help the motility. So it's going to help things move along, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, now you can also add the rotation of your head. So as you drop your knees to one side, your head is going to slowly rotate in the opposite direction. So you're just doing a little bit more of a twist. And then your head will, and your knees will return back to the midline, back to center, and then you'll do the opposite. So you'll drop your knees in one direction, and then your head in the other, and you're moving at the same rate. So that when you come back, your knees and your head will return to that center point at the exact same time. And rotate again. And back to center. Let's check in with our breath again. Nice deep breath. On the exhale, sink into your bed or your floor a little bit more. And you're just doing this gentle rocking back and forth. Relax your jaw. Relax the muscles surrounding your eyes. Sometimes we're holding a lot of tension in the face. So you can just relax your jaw and your eyes. It can help. And let's do that once more. Again, just nice, gentle spinal twist. And very good. Back to midline. So your head and your knees are at the center. This is a good opportunity to place a pillow underneath your knees so that when you're straightening out your legs, you have a little bit of support underneath the knees. You can also keep your legs straight, but that sometimes can be a little uncomfortable on the low back. So if you're finding you're having tension in your low back when your legs are straight, I would recommend placing a pillow underneath your knees. Let's bring the hands right by the sides of the body, and one arm at a time, you're going to lift your arm up, and if you have the space, you can reach right overhead, and then bring the arm back down. I'm gonna slide down on my mat because I'm hitting my dresser there. So here, I'm lifting, and we're alternating. So lift the arm up overhead, relax your hips, and slowly bring it back down. And we're just going to alternate shoulder flexion and extension. Reach as far as you feel comfortable going. You may not be able to touch the ground, and that's okay. Nice deep breaths. Good. Keep going. Return, very good. Lift the arm up. Right over here is where you'll probably feel some resistance. This is the nice thing about working on the floor. We can allow gravity to assist us in some of these movements, right? I don't have to force it up. I can just relax and gravity will take over. So that's one of the really nice things that I love about working in a supine position. Supine meaning on your back and flat down. If you're face down, that'd be prone. Right, reaching up and overhead, letting gravity take over and come back. Maybe don't go so far if you have any pinching pains in your shoulder. And very nice. Okay, now choose an arm. Now if you have the space, you're going to bring your arm out right to the side. Okay, so it's running perpendicular to your body. And then we're going to swipe across, reaching across the body. If you don't have a lot of space, you can just bring your elbow down to your surface and just have your arm bent at 90 degrees and then reach over and then come back. You can set the arm flat if you have the space. If not, just keep it bent and work with what you've got. And you're reaching over, almost like you're about to turn, just just initiating the turn. You don't have to go anywhere close to a turn. So here we're reaching over, and you'll see that as you bring your arm over, the rest of your body kind of wants to follow. So lean into that movement. All right, reach across and just notice what starts to move. Your rib cage moves, your torso moves, so the head tends to want to follow too. And just pay attention to that. And we'll do that one more time. Reach across, the hand reaches first, it pulls your shoulder pulls your ribs, and everything just starts to slowly turn over. And good. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, if you're kind of stuck, you don't have a lot of space, you can just keep your elbow bent like this and then start reaching over and then coming back. But if you have the space, you can really open up the arm like this. And again, reach over. So you can imagine someone's pulling your arm, and it's going to drag your body over. And just move at your own pace. Move at a pace that feels comfortable for you, a non-stressful pace. And come back. Reach over. And come back. Let's do that once more. Reach over. And come back. Very good. Okay, we're resting on the ground now like this. Let's go palms up, palms face up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to think of the back of your shoulders. So the back of your shoulders are going to gently press into the floor. So I know it's subtle and you won't be able to see much movement from me. And you're relaxing. So what you're doing is pressing the backs of the shoulders directly into the floor or the bed, holding it for about 3 seconds, and then relaxing. The press is very gentle. You don't want to really squeeze so much that you're lifting your shoulder, you're lifting your chest up or squeezing your shoulder blades together. It's more of an engagement of the muscles. So you're not going to see a lot of movement, but we're going to be subtly engaging some of these postural muscles in the back by doing this. And relax. So press the back of the shoulders into the ground for 3, 2, 1. Relax. Again. Push down. 3, 2, 1. And relax. And we're not trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together. You're just applying a downward press. 2, 1. Relax. Let's do that 2 more times. Push down. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let's check in with the breath. 1 more. 3, 2, 1. And good. We're going to do the same thing with the back of the head. So you're going to press the back of your head down into the floor bed. Just again, a super, super gentle press. 2, 1, and relax. Push down. 3, 2, 1, and relax. 3, 2, 1, relax. Push down, back of the head goes into the floor. 2, 1, and again, it's a super, super gentle press. Little indentation. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let's do that 1 more time. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Very good. From here, all we're going to do is do some deep breathing. So you can place your hands wherever you'd like, but if you liked that cue, the diaphragmatic cue of putting your hands on your abdomen, you can do that. And you're just going to breathe. Focus on slowing your breath down. And being just soft with your breath. So don't breathe in really quickly. slow it down, have a nice gentle inhale and exhale. Remember to relax the muscles in your neck, relax the muscles in your face. We'll do a couple more breaths and just take your time. Alrighty, and you can continue to breathe here, but if you need to get up, just please do so very, very slowly. But if you're finding this super relaxing, just maybe keep your eyes shut for a little bit longer. Take some more nice deep breaths and enjoy it. If you are getting up, just wiggle your fingers and your toes and just start to move your body parts really slowly and wake everything up before you get up. So don't rush and take your time. I'm going to get up to log out so that if you would like to continue breathing, you're more than welcome to do so.